We're live.
Hello and welcome to the CommonSenSEO Show for December, the final one of the year, and who knows where we go from here. I've just been talking with Henrik off mic. Well, it wasn't off mic, but it was out of the main public studio, and we're just saying it's been 2 years since we started, and it's just flown by. But anyway, I've just thought, before I ramble on too far, Henrik, is there anything you'd like to say to everybody?
Hello. Can everybody hear us, and can everybody see us? That's what we'd like to know about. So if you can just drop that into the chat, we'll appreciate it. So there's a little delay here. So let's see what happens out there.
Silence was
yeah.
There's somebody there. Now we need you to be active. Come on, speak up. There's prizes. Action wins prizes. Don't forget that. We're gonna
Winston is on and say yes. We can hear you.
Winston.
Vincent.
Oh, Vincent. Hello, Vincent. Hello there. I've just been talking about you as well off mic, so you'll be glad to know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to my mail server. Vincent is. I'm going to give him a plug now. He's here. Nobody else is listed anyway. But no, Vincent is putting together a mail server for me. It's one of those things that I've wanted and tried many times, and then amazingly, coincidentally, or probably because he's hacking my sort of thoughts, out came the Black Friday offer with a mail server. So what more could I do? It was a perfect offer and a perfect reaction by me. So I'm excited to see that very soon, in probably the next few days. So welcome to the show, Vincent. Thank you for joining, and thank you to everybody else. It's great to be back. It's been a long time, and here we are again. Now we are going to have a guest, perhaps. He
arrived in the.
Oh, he is here. Yes, we have got a guest. That's amazing. That's great. Brilliant. So we have got a guest, and I'm not going to ramble on too long before we bring him on to speak. This is going to be great. I know a lot of you guys are very much into social media SEO, the IFTTT rings and everything like that. So we're going to go into that in a bit with Tony, but I just want to cover a few little things off before we move into that. I want people to engage, definitely, because I want to give away a couple of things during the show. I'll tell you about that as we progress. So that should be good. Henrik has been busy in the lab as well, and I know he's got a couple of little things that he wants to talk about. In fact, Henrik, did you want to just tell us about anything now? Do you want to just do that now?
Yeah. What I've been up to is, of course, try to see whether we could get the GMB Mega Poster version 2.0 up to speed. And we had a lot of issues that Google was changing the APIs, and that gave us a little bit of trouble. But we are now ready to come up with a launch here, and let me just share my screen so you can have a quick look at the new interface for the app here. So if I can only share my entire screen. Strange. Well, we can do that. So what you'll see now is just a new interface of the GMB, and one of the beauties is the image scheduler. So we can now go in, load images into the scheduler, and then choose, for instance, category, and then you can go up and set the time where you want to post your image. And those posts are going into the GMB albums. So you can drip feed images over time, which Google likes very much. So that's one of the new things that we put into it, plus a few more interesting things. So basically, the new version 2.0 is out, and we have, what else can I show? Just a quickie, new one. We have reports that you can produce here. Let's go and find one. I'll just load here. So what you can see is that we have a report, and then you can go into that little report and change the layout and add a map pin if you like. Plus, one of the beauties you should see here is that we can go back 1 year in terms of the data. So that's definitely a plus for that. But I won't take up more time on that. We will maybe do another show later on, just talking about the new features of that one. So Tony, let's invite our new guest in.
And so we should. Tony,
Yeah.
hello, another Tony. No. Tony, yes.
Hi,
Tony
how are you guys?
Hi there. So it's we've got you there.
I've never done one of these live events with this particular software. My camera, I don't know why my camera was not working, but I'm guessing that you can hear me okay, yeah?
Yes, we can hear you fine. Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay.
And welcome, Tony. Welcome to the show, and thank you for coming along. I don't know whether you actually remember. I mean, we actually met. I don't know. You was wandering around. I'm sure you was wandering around Bulgaria at the time. Does that sound familiar?
No, I've never been to Bulgaria.
I mean, you've never been to Bulgaria. I'm sure it's somewhere around Europe or something. And you was just launching the Commando products.
All right. I was in Latvia for a while.
Latvia, was it? Yeah.
I was in Latvia for a while.
Yeah, and because I used to work with a guy called Anton Nadillo.
Oh yeah. From New Zealand.
Yeah, so it's right back there. And then so I followed your sort of progress ever since then. And then just recently you sort of you've just been bringing out, like, look, you've been extremely productive, haven't you, over the past few months? And then you brought out these services that we're going to talk about in a minute. And I just thought, this is things, because I know the guys that watch this show absolutely use all of these services. And at first you was just putting them out quietly, just getting people to test them, whatever. Whereas now I think they're a little bit more sort of open to everybody to use. And I just really wanted to bring that to the to everybody's attention if possible. So I don't know how you want to go with this. Do you want to just explain what you've got there and the benefits? Or
what we actually did, I mean, we've tried to do services in the past, and we made some mistakes in the past because we rolled them out too fast. And I think what we wanted to avoid this time was having too many orders come in at one time where we just couldn't, you get in a sort of backlog and couldn't keep up with it. So what we did was just released, first of all, into the Lead Blaster Facebook group, and then we sort of released as a signature in the emails that was going out for any sort of promos and stuff like that. And that's kind of brought in a steady stream of people. And the services are just things that I wanted for myself. And basically what I did is made them available to other people. So the services are just common sense kind of services that I like to use myself. And they were really designed as part of the Lead Blaster challenge that we were going to do at that time, because a lot of this stuff is what we were going to cover. Okay, so these services are just sort of done for you version of what that was going to be. And because we know that we can go and rank those Chrome store pages very, very easily. And sometimes they just need a little bit of a push for traffic and a little bit of a push for market saturation, for one of a better term. So, for example, for the market saturation, we've got things like the content syndication, where we will go and post into 20 different places, including Quora and blogs and medium.com and places like that. And we will just basically saturate the market with these posts. We've got another one that's for video content syndication, where we will take the thumbnail from the video and put that into image sharing sites. We will take the MP3 from the video and put that into audio sharing sites. And we will take the video and put it into video sharing sites, etc. Then we'll do some bookmarking and stuff like that. So it's just basically market saturation at the same time as we're getting some backlinks, etc. as well. And it's something a little bit different from what other people are doing. Although there are common services that you could get individually in places like Fiverr.com. What we're doing is we're just telling people, make it really easy for you. Just give us the YouTube URL, and we will take that YouTube URL. We will dice up the content from the image and the MP3, etc. We will syndicate it, and it's a great way to go and get some. I think it's about 80 backlinks that one we get straight away from, just submitting a YouTube URL. So that kind of thing is just little services that I wanted to use really for the lead blaster stuff, and I just made them available to other people.
Have you got that page there, Henrik?
Pardon?
Have you got the link there, or are you able to?
We have a link.
Are you able to bring that up on your screen at the moment? I don't know if we're showing anything else. You can probably bring up that actual page. I don't know whether it's going to show anything there. One of the things that is also really keen. I mean, again, there's plenty of people giving out often IFTTT rings around, and there's a little bit of a wobble a few months ago, wasn't there, around IFTT going over to a charged model, a pay-as-you-play model. But of course, what you're doing here with a similar sort of ring, but you're not using IFTT, is it? It's all manually built and manually overseen as well.
Yeah, these are all manually done. All of it is manual, and it's better as well, because sometimes there's IFTTT links. They can get into a situation where there's just a whole bunch of links on the various posts. When we first started to do the IFTTT stuff, it was actually back in 2013. And then when we released the IFTTT backlink commando, we actually did something like 7,000 funnel sales on that particular launch at that time. But that wasn't the first version of that tool. We'd actually had tools going back at least a year before that was doing the IFTTT stuff, like the link wheels and stuff like that. I don't really consider that stuff to be sort of the way the SEO is going now. It's got its place. But I think SEO is moving forward in different ways now. I think there's a lot more to do with user engagement signals, and that's really what I want to sort of focus on. Although these services are nice, they're designed to infiltrate traffic sites like Quora and Medium.com, where we know we can get easy rankings, where we know that we can infiltrate into traffic platforms. I'm not really doing it with the backlinks in mind. It's more like the market saturation and the traffic sites that we're infiltrating with the content. And as far as the SEO stuff is concerned, it's really about getting those user behavior signals that Google starts to pick up on and starts to not just rank your content, the initial content, but they will also rank whatever you're linking to from that content. So, for example, if I've got a YouTube video and we're getting a high retention on the YouTube views, and also we're getting a high click-through rate from the search engines for that video. If I've got one link in that YouTube description, whatever that link is, it's going to start to rank for the keywords that people search for before they did that click-through. Okay, so that kind of thing, that tells you, just watching this kind of evolution of things happen when we're using tools like Video Tech Alpha, for example, where you can see sort of correlation between the CTR clicks, the high retention views, and this link suddenly ranking for that particular keyword that was getting the CTR clicks. You start to notice things and start to be able to pick up on other stuff and know what to look for. So we've been kind of looking at that kind of stuff and building into Video Tech Alpha things like the end screen video views and channel retention time, session watch time kind of views as well into the Video Tech Alpha tool. So that's basically what we're doing with the SEO stuff. And the services, they're very, very handy because we do infiltrate the traffic sites, but those are really designed for the market saturation more than backlinks.
Yeah, because it's undoubtable that Medium and services like that, they definitely rank, don't they? I mean,
yeah, they rank.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen that. Whenever there's an affiliate link, you don't have to go very far down page one before you come across a Medium post. Yeah. So very, very strong there. And of course, these services also are suited to anybody that's involved with affiliate marketing.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I mean, the other thing, which is a bit of a tempter, I'm not going to sort of go too far into it, but you've mentioned VidAttack Alpha a couple of times there as well. And I mean, this is more of the advanced services. And the other thing I was thinking about, if people haven't come into contact with Tony's services in the past, you know, it might be an idea to sort of to try these services out, these ones that we've got on display here at the moment, I think, and then that is an introduction into the other things that he's doing, which is much more involved. There's some, I mean, you know, you've been around for a long time now, haven't you? You really know the stuff, and you actually do affiliate marketing yourself, and you do a lot of research and case studies, don't you? So, yeah, there's evidence there to show that this stuff really does work. And I mean, some of the stuff you're doing around YouTube, I don't know whether this YouTube service, I've got to be a bit careful here, but I don't know whether the YouTube service, does this do the sequencing? Is there any of those where you can daisy chain the videos together to increase the views?
You mean the video series? Or the video series one's really interesting, actually. I actually picked it up from a guy called Paul Murphy. Paul ranks very well. Within about 24 hours, usually in the Google carousel. But what's important about what Paul does is his approach to affiliate marketing. Okay, so what he's doing is he will maybe promote something like Groove Pages or Kartra or those kind of ClickFunnels, those kind of evergreen internet marketing kind of tools. And what he does is he will go and create maybe 10, 12, 15 videos around that product. So he's probably looking, I'm guessing, just reverse engineering what he's doing, just looking at what he's doing. If I have a look in his YouTube channel, you will find things like he's talking about Kartra pricing, is a video about that, Kartra versus ClickFunnels, etc. And if you have a look on Ubersuggest, or Ubersuggest, however you pronounce it, you will find those exact keywords. Okay, you will see that they're getting some search volume, etc. So what I think Paul is doing is he's looking at those keyword phrases and those kind of questions, and he's answering them with the videos. And then what he's doing is he's putting all of the links, he's putting the titles of all the videos plus the links in his YouTube description. Okay, and he credits that basically for ranking page 1 in Google within 24 to 48 hours. But what's really interesting is the last time I looked, he was the top affiliate for Groove Pages. He has done on his YouTube channel live income proof where he's making like $10,000 in a day sometimes using exactly this method. So what I did is when I saw this, I got kind of excited with this kind of stuff, and I was looking at it thinking, okay, it's awkward to do. Why don't we just automate that one part? So we actually built a tool to make that happen. And what you can do then is if you add extra videos later, it's very easy. It's just a couple of clicks and you can update that. So that's a very good little tool and strategy for using with affiliate marketing. But it's not a service, it's a tool. And you can use it as much as you want that way.
Yeah, so, I mean, this is really exciting because it takes, I mean, everybody sort of looks at these big money earners, you know, the people that are earning tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars from these affiliate programs. And you sort of think, well, I could never even compete with those guys. But actually, once you understand what they're doing, it suddenly becomes much more achievable, doesn't it? Have
a look at his YouTube channel. It's called Passive Income Ladder. He hasn't got a huge amount of subscribers. He's got very engaged subscribers. He's got very engaged audience. He puts the work in, he gets the videos done, he understands what he needs to do for that particular promotion. He does a little bit of research and he goes and does the videos, and then he puts all of those links within his YouTube description. Now, here's the thing about the YouTube algorithm. When he gets clicks from his YouTube description, he does mention that there are links in the description, etc. That is an earned view, okay? So he's earning more views within that session time that people are watching his video. Okay, so this is a ranking factor. This is part of the YouTube algorithm, and that channel retention time, that's why we built the end screen video viewer, so that we could tackle that as well, so that we could put that into the automation tools that we've got. And because this is a major ranking factor. And if you ever watch the guys, have you ever watched those guys from, I think they're called Income School, Project Income School?
Yeah.
Well, they created a YouTube channel, and they got something like 9,000 subscribers. I think it was about 7 weeks it took them to get 9,000 subscribers. And what they did was actually very clever. They used a variation of what Paul does. But what they did is they did what they call spokes. Okay, so they've got spokes around the main video that they wanted people to look at after they had watched this video, the spoke video. So the spoke video might be doing a review on some kind of a gun or some kind of whatever the affiliate promotion was for. It was a bicycle or whatever. Okay, and they would say at the end of the video, well, I don't actually recommend this. I actually recommend a better bike or gun or whatever it was. And they would get people to go and watch that second video, which was the main video, the one that they really wanted them to watch. And they noticed that they started to get rankings a lot easier because of this, because it was the channel retention time, the session watch time that was being increased. People watching more than one video. So they were doing the same thing as what Paul is doing with these video series, and they were linking to them as well. But the way they were doing that was in a sort of very, very unique affiliate marketing kind of strategy, where they were reviewing stuff and then telling people, well, I like that one, but this is better. Go and watch this video here. And so they were increasing the watch time on the videos on the channel and within the same session. And that was getting them a lot of traffic, a lot of suggested video, optimization, sort of ranking factors built in there as well. And there's a lot of people that I've been kind of watching, people like Brian Dean and Neil Patel, and you know, how they're getting traffic apart from just these search engines. And Brian's basically saying that he gets 2 times more video views from the suggested videos than what he gets from the YouTube search. So all of that is all tied in. That's why they grew the channel so quickly. It was like 9,000 people, subscribers within about 7 weeks, which is really, really phenomenal.
Yeah, because we haven't got 7,000 yet. Anyway, if there's anybody out there that has any questions about this stuff, then please do ask up. And I don't know whether there's been any questions yet, has there, Henrik?
No, not so far. But
so please do. If
Tony, you mentioned it was Income School, the 2 guys from Income School.
I think it was called Project Income School, and the other YouTube channel for Paul was Passive Income Ladder.
Is Income School? Is that Mike Long? Is it? Is that his?
I don't know the guy's name, actually. To be honest, I don't remember his name.
Yeah.
There's 2 guys.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I have been watching them a little bit from time to time.
Very, very good to watch.
It might have been because you mentioned somewhere along the line that maybe I went to have a look. But yeah, no, that's what it is. Just out of curiosity as well. I mean, because a lot of the people that do watch this show are involved in local stuff, which is why sort of Henrik mentioned the GMB poster there at the start of the show. A lot's involved in local. Is there a tie-in here with for local for this sort of stuff?
You know, the YouTube algorithm, especially the YouTube stuff, that's not going to change. That algorithm is going to be the same, whether it's the retention time on the videos, the total watch time on the videos, whether you're keeping people inside YouTube and not bouncing off after they come from your video, whether you are bringing people into YouTube from other platforms, like, for example, Bing search engine or Yahoo search engine. You're bringing people into YouTube and they stay there from those platforms. These are all ranking factors. So that will be the same whether it's for affiliate marketing or for local marketing. But for the local SEO stuff, the engagement is going to be a key factor, especially in very, very competitive markets. That's your major edge, and it's very, very hard for people to reverse engineer what you are doing, because if you can increase those CTR clicks from the search engines and you have that initial retention time on your content, whether it's a blog post or whether it's a video or whatever, these are factors that Google pick up on, and they will rank, whether it's for local or for affiliate marketing. But the key to this always is going to be the quality of your content, because you can use tools, whether it's VideoTech Alpha or any other tool or any other service, and sometimes there's those sort of crowd search services, I forget what they call them. The key to this is, though, that when the real traffic comes, because we're doing this to get real traffic, we want to get rankings so that we can get traffic and people can see our offers, whether it's local or affiliate. But when that real traffic comes, then the real data opens up. And this is what Google will pick up on as well. So if I use, for example, a tool like VideoTech Alpha, I get 100 video views with 100 CTR clicks, and all of a sudden I'm on page 1 for some kind of business in New York City, for example, when that real traffic comes, and it's going to be a lot more than 100 views, it's going to overwhelm the amount of views that we can do with any tool. Okay, and then that real data will reveal itself. So if your content is no good, you're going to drop your rankings very, very fast. So no matter how good your initial sort of kickstart was using any kind of automation, any kind of manipulation, or grey hat tactics, it will soon disappear if your content is not, get a reasonable retention time and reasonable click through from the real traffic, when the real traffic comes and when your rankings come.
Yeah, I must admit, I've been looking when I've been looking at the videos, and you get these adverts coming up before, just because I don't want to give YouTube $9 to get rid of the adverts. You look at them and you just think, wow, they're just so slick, and that is the level that we should be sort of moving towards. And a lot of these tools, I mean, they keep promising amazing things, don't they? These tools that are coming out on Warrior Forum day after day for video marketing, but a lot of them are sadly lacking. When you line them up against the professional videos, they just don't compare a lot of the time. I know the stuff that sort of I create is using, what's that one called, the Noble Samurai guys. I can't remember. They've just rebranded it, haven't they? They call it well, I can't remember what they call it now. Vidnami, I think it's called now. But when you compare it against the professionals, it's still, just so big, so vast a gap. I don't know. What have you got any thoughts on that? I mean, where?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of research with, not yet with the testing, but just finding who can make videos to a very, very good standard. So we spent thousands of dollars in the past few weeks for getting sales videos and YouTube ad videos created with the VSL copy, with professional copywriting and stuff like that. I've kind of got it down to about 1 or 2 people for the actual video creation. And what I like is the kinetic text, especially for the adverts, because they're just engaging, just enough engaging that you want them to be for a short video for like a YouTube ad. And a little bit more graphics, etc., a little bit more animation when it comes to the sales videos. So we kind of cut it down to two or three, about 2 people, I would say now, for making the videos. And you can get them really quite reasonably priced on places like Fiverr.com. So for example, I can get a voiceover in the video for about $40, okay? But the script, which is the key part really, I'm paying right now $100 per 2-minute video for a 2-minute video script. So altogether $140 to make an advert video or a sales video. And we kind of done a lot of experimenting to find out what kind of video, what styles of video. And we kind of settled on the kinetic text one. It's just, just captures people's attention. It's hard to look away when you can see this animated text and is kind of moving forward with a professional voiceover, etc. But I haven't tested them for conversions yet. All we've done really is spent a lot of money in getting videos done and wasting a lot of money getting videos done as well, because some of them are not that good.
Yeah, we're good at that, aren't we, Henrik? Spending money on the research and put all the money into the research. And then actually, when we finally get around to putting the stuff out there, that's a good one. I have been looking at a platform just recently. Sorry, have you got a question there?
No, I was just in a comment to what Tony said before, was that these income guys actually quite clever, that they had some kind of a small review video, and then towards the end of that video say, but I like this one better. That's actually stimulate the curiosity from the viewer to go to the next one. And if you design your video and upload it properly, it will automatically come as a suggested video for them up there. So depending on how your channel setup is and how your video setup is, then you definitely will be able to come into the suggested videos.
Yeah.
So what I've just looked at, this came up the other day. I don't know whether you've seen this, Tony, or whether you've looked at it, Henrik. But Alan Smith, who's in a lot of the Skype groups that we're in, very deeply into video, isn't he? And doing some really sort of amazing stuff around video. He put this link up the other day, and I went to it. It's quite an interesting site, which is breakoutclips.com. I don't know whether you've come across that. That looks really interesting because it does all. You can add in animation and stuff into your videos. You can upload your own, or they've got a lot of templates, and they've just added a hell of a lot of, or they said it's a lot of ad templates in there as well. Just either today or yesterday, I got the email saying that there's a load been added in. It's a fairly low cost service. I mean, obviously, because I can't see what's going on anyway, I can't comment whether it's good or whether it isn't. But it looked interesting. So if you haven't looked at it, have you looked at that one, Tony?
I'm looking at it right now, but I haven't seen it before. No, looks interesting.
Yeah, it looks interesting. So it might be just worth. I'd be interested to know if that is something that's worth pursuing, because it sounded like a good idea. I mean, I did actually take it to the next level where I signed up for a free trial account or whatever, and I went in and I actually and actually putting the video together is a wizard. It looked very, very easy to put it together, but in some ways that's a little bit of a deterrent as well, because if it's too easy, you think, well, what's the outcome going to be like? But yeah, I don't know. It's there. Maybe it's worth giving it a look.
See, with these kind of things, I'm all for them. I think they're fantastic, but I'd rather get someone who's good at doing them to do them for me. This is the kind of thing, because it's kind of a little bit techy. You have to go through a learning curve that can really draw you into the trenches instead of being sort of direct in what should be going on, and you can lose some time there. So I'd rather just go to Fiverr.com and tell somebody I want something like this, can you do it, and let them go and do it for me. Even if I pay for the membership and they're doing it for me sort of regularly, then it's going to be better for me than trying to put them together myself.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, I try and do the things first myself and then pass it over to the VAs, but it's
it does help if you understand it.
Yeah, it's just so I know what I'm doing, so that then when they sort of scratch their head or get some completely different results, at least we've sort of got an idea where things are going wrong. So, Henrik, you've got anything to add at the moment?
No, it's quiet in the chat, so we can continue.
When we're talking about the income, guys, just sorry for buttoning. Just before I forget, because I meant to mention this before, but I forgot about it. And what they were talking about in that particular video, where they were explaining about their 9,000 subscribers in 7 weeks, was that, well, their background, if you know what they were doing before, they were making sort of niche blogs, and they were doing very, very well. They were doing a lot of money with these niche blogs. And I think they sold them all now. They must have made a lot of money selling them. They just basically flipped them all. When they started to look at YouTube, they were really surprised that some of these small niches or very, very tightly focused niches are not that competitive on YouTube. And they saw a major, major, major opportunity there. That's why they started to build that channel. And there's a good lesson there, whether this can apply for local as well, that you have these kind of opportunities there where, there's not that much competition within YouTube, but the traffic within YouTube can be absolutely massive. Because if you look at the kind of view numbers that you get within YouTube and compare it to any keyword tool, you will see that often the amount of views are far, far bigger over a short period of time than any keyword tool could ever tell you for those particular keywords. So I would imagine this would apply to local in the same way as well. And here's why I think it works like that, is because you've got various factors to take into what is going to get that initial click. So if you've got a very good thumbnail, if you've got very good title, etc., that's all going to play into it. And so it's not just a search volume kind of thing. It's actually people want to click for that particular video that you've got. Also, you're going to find that you're ranking for a lot more keywords a lot quicker and a lot easier within YouTube. Okay, so it's not just, if I want to go and rank for SEO agency in New York, I might start ranking for a lot of other sort of longer tail keywords very, very quickly within YouTube than what I ever could in Google. And you're going to get a lot more traffic. So when you look at the amount of video views that you can get in YouTube, the amount of traffic that you can get in YouTube, you will find, and probably more often than not, that you've got higher view counts for the top ranking videos for the most popular videos than what any keyword tool would ever tell you. So this kind of thing would be what the income school guys are doing with the sort of the tightly focused niches. This would be the same for local marketing, in my mind anyway.
I totally agree with that. There was, I remember once, this was, I don't know, he was 18 at the time, I think. It was my eldest son. He's 21 this year in January, but he was 18, and he said to me, or maybe 17, whatever. And I remember him clearly saying to me, why would I ever want to read anything when I can watch a video on it? Basically, everything he wants to do is on YouTube, and he told me that years ago, and he said I just go to YouTube. That's my first protocol. Why would I want to read anything? And I thought that is the voice. That's a typical sort of teenager. That's exactly what they're doing. So now 4 years further on, more people do it, because we all catch up sooner or later, don't we? As older ones, we start sort of doing what they're doing, and it's true. I mean, the stats coming out from not Google Trends, what's it called? Think with Google. They just published something a few weeks ago saying there's something like 67% of purchasing decisions start on YouTube or feature YouTube somewhere along the line. And and SEOs are all the time talking about ranking on Google and getting those coveted spots on page 1 and everything. But to be fair, you'd probably be much better spent looking at YouTube.
The thing is that when you look at the Google search engine, what they're doing now, they've expanded the carousel. Okay, so it's really very, very, very easy to rank carousel. The carousel is basically an extension of the old Google video. The Google video is still there. So if you do a search on Google for something, you will see some tabs for like news and images and videos. That's what I call Google Video. They've kind of brought those search results into the carousel on that first page, into that main sort of generic search. So they're making it more and more easy. So there must be a reason for that, because their whole goal is to give the most relevant content, and the most relevant content to them is the one that's getting the most attention, the most clicks. So yeah, I think that Google is agreeing with that, and that's what you're saying within the search engines as well. So video is a major vehicle to getting those rankings in Google and getting a lot of traffic in YouTube as well.
Henrik, you want to say something?
Yeah, that was in relation to what your son was doing, because there was a research in terms of how young people approach their thesis and things like that. So the first thing that they do is they go to YouTube, they search on YouTube, then they go to Google, and then they go back to YouTube. That's the traffic to get the information. First YouTube, and then Google, and then back to YouTube.
Yeah. So, Henrik, I know you've actually sort of got to dash off not too late, haven't you, because of an appointment?
Yep.
So we can't just, well, much as we'd like to, we can't just waffle on forever. Have you? Has there anybody sort of bothered to? Has anybody got any questions out there, or is everybody still just flabbergasted by all the knowledge bombs they're getting here?
They're chewing on the information, presumably. So,
well, nobody wants a gift then, do they? I was going to give somebody a free gift as well, and everybody's keeping stum. So I'll just have to bar humbug. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Well, look, Tony. Well, I think that's great for now. I mean, we've been on nearly 3/4. Well, we've put 35, 40 minutes anyway. So I think most of that's, we've covered what we need to do, I think, haven't we? What I would say is that the link is there. We'll drop the link to that page, to the main product page, excuse me, into the chat, so that anybody watching this throughout the day later on today, because that's when most people do watch it, then they'll be able to go over to that service, and then they'll probably get to know, hopefully they'll sign. Honestly, the prices are ridiculously cheap, aren't they?
Yeah, they are, because basically I wanted the services for myself, and I negotiated with the people I knew could do the services, and I just let other people use it as well. So there's not a huge profit margin in there, but they're very, very good little services.
Yeah, and this isn't an affiliate promotion. We've invited Tony here because we want to share this information with you guys. It's not because we want to make money, because we're not making money out of it. So that's how it is. Please do go over and look at that page when you finish watching the video. Go over and look at the services. I think you'll be impressed if you go over and look at the Web 2.0 one, the very first one on the list, I guess. If you go and look at that, look at the assets that have been used there, the resources, the sites. I mean, it's different, very, very powerful. And the information, like Tony just mentioned throughout, somewhere along the line anyway, he mentioned the stuff they ask you is minimal. I mean, sometimes you have to do a little bit of work, but it literally takes, 5-10 minutes to pull everything together. As long as you've got a video, that helps in most of them. But as long as you've got that video, and maybe a question and answer, but it's absolutely minimal stuff, what you need to provide, and you're getting an incredible service in return.
It's fast as well, really fast turnaround service as well.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I think I've had 3 of the Web 2.0 ones, and literally they are back the next morning. I've ordered them overnight time, and they're there the next morning. It's within, it's not days, it's hours, isn't it? Well, I can't promise that all the time, but I mean, honestly,
if there's not too many orders, and he will do them very, very quickly for us. But yeah, that's what we want.
Okay, Henrik, have you got anything more to add? Has anybody come out of the woodwork yet?
No, not yet. So,
dear. Okay then. Well,
you save some money.
I will save some money. Yeah, I was going to pay for the first couple that people took, but they're not going to do it, so I'll keep my money. There we go. Look, Tony, I really appreciate you turning up. Thank you very much for your time. I hope that somebody does find the sales page in the end, and I hope that people do pick up on this. It really is a powerful SEO tool, and I really do think you should take the time and learn some of the other stuff that Tony, because you're a definite student of the marketing strategies, aren't you, Tony?
You notice I go cycling every single day, so I'm always listening to something on YouTube. That's how I come across these guys and pick up on the strategies, and then we will automate them. If there's a really good strategy, we will automate it and sell it really cheap as well. A lot of those tools are not expensive, so we can use it for the knowledge that you can pick up. Sometimes the knowledge you can pick up on YouTube is a lot better than you will pick up in a lot of those courses that you get emailed in your inbox from the affiliates every single day. And there's a lot of great information on YouTube, and you can pick up, from guys that are making a lot of money and getting rankings and getting a lot of traffic, and they're giving freely away this information so that they can build up their profile and build up their audiences. And,
that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Whereas if you look at the sort of WSO kind of launches or JVZoo launches, Warrior Plus, etc., a lot of those guys, they're doing it so they can build an email list, and those are the guys that are going to hit your inbox every single day with, different offers, etc., which is their business model. There's nothing wrong with that as long as people understand what they're getting into. But there's a different kind of approach on YouTube where people, you can find genuine case studies and things like that people are just freely giving away so that they can build up their profile and build up their exposure, I suppose, is the word I'm looking for. And there's huge amounts of knowledge out there just to be picked up on. So when I'm cycling every day, I pick up on this stuff, and it's actually very, very useful. So yeah.
Okay, Tony, thank you very much for joining us here.
All right. Thank you.
And Tony, do you have some last words before we wrap it up?
Well, I wanted to just give mention to a couple of other things, but I'm not going to, because I think we've overwhelmed people with we've given people plenty to think about, should I say. I don't need to add more confusion to the party. It gives us an excuse to come back another time, and who knows, I might still have that money to give away on another day.
Okay, Tony, and thank you very much. And guys out there, remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel so we get a boost from our subscribers here. So, and
9,000 subscribers in 7 weeks. What?
You're giving us 9,000 subscribers. Thank you very much.
No, I when you said about subscribing to your channel, I remember I had the public page open, so I went over there I clicked on the tab for the public page, so that I could subscribe.
Oh, thank you very
much. I heard myself talking. I thought, well, that's confusing. Took me a second.
Yeah, no, we haven't muted you yet. We haven't gone yet, so you're still live. Okay then, Henrik, that's good. That's a wrap. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Tony. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Henrik. I appreciate you as always too. Have a happy Christmas. And yeah.
Same to you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Bye.